So this is our second video, section 28 letters and permits, and let's do a permit from scratch. So I look at applications, I'm going to do a new permit. I assume that the property I have has been entered into the system, so I'll add a section 28, and we're going to build a shed by the lake. It's going to be a permit. And before I go any further, let's assign a property. Again, I'll find that property. There it is. So I'll assign this property. Now the applicant, these are common applicants. You can maintain a table of common applicants, or you could just fill this in one line at a time. But we'll just pick an applicant. And you can pick lead staff, pick secondary staff, contractor, again, the same idea. And an engineer, these are the common engineers. I don't know if that's restricted to Lakeshore or just the ones that they deal with in general. And need a number and a date. And I'm going to generate a permit number, the next permit number, but oh no, I can't do it because I don't have permission. So I'd have to add myself as someone who could add permit numbers, but I'll just put one in anyway. Okay, so it's an addition. Shed, and we're gonna build a break wall, and we could do other things too. The permit is going to be standard. It's going to have well, here's fee not paid in full, but let's assume we have the fee. Needs engineering, and the permit qualifier, whatever, one of these. Okay, actually talking about service fees, I got a little tab here. If you click on service fees, you could add some fees to this thing. So it's an alteration of a waterway or shoreline, not requiring requires engineer, let's say. And let's say it's this as well. Okay, so it's those two things. So that's stored with this record. And you can see these later on in reports for time period. All right, so we have everything we need to do two things. We can generate the letter that goes with the permit, and I can generate the permit text. This doesn't actually generate the permit because the Conservation Authority has their own permit where they put the text in. So I just generate it for them, and then they highlight it, Control C, and they paste it wherever they want. Now, if you have a permit that I can integrate into here, I'm fine with that as well. Okay, let's clear this out and generate the letter. This letter is just the one that goes with the permit. Okay, so I'll have installation of a break wall, construction of a shed. And since they need an engineering thing, it mentions something about that. And standard bottom, and it's sent to the person in Lakeshore who these letters go to. And that's an associated table. Okay, so that would be a permit. I don't want to print that one out because I want to print out a notice of violation. So let's do a notice of violation. Now we just did a permit, so if I refresh here, it should show up. So now we have an extra permit. Unfortunately, I picked the same number. Okay, let's do a notice of violation on a property. I'm going to find a property. Find that fake one again. There it is. So I'll edit it. And I've been using this a lot, so it's got a lot of applications. Again, it has a phone call. And you can always change this if you want. What it specifically does on the letter, that depends. We have to look deep to see what that does. Okay, so I'm going to add a section 28 letter. It's going to be a notice of violation. And it's going to be on a dredging of a ditch. Okay, and they dredge the ditch. And there's not a lot else to say. This ditch was not approved for dredging. And we're just going to get a notice of violation letter here. I guess I can charge them. sure how that works if I want to charge them. Generate the letter. And it mentions that this dish was not approved for dredging, which just comes from this little part here. It's pretty standard text. We're going to see that the letter is going to be stored on the D drive, and I made that directory. So here's that directory. Notice of violations, Lakeshore 2017, it's empty. So I'm going to print the letter. I thought I did. Okay, so you want me to click on that first. And here it is, and it put the PDF inside of it. So let's take a look at the PDF. So it's just on that standard letterhead again, pretty short, almost fits on a page. And it also opened up a Word document, which is the same thing. And of course, I should do this. I will do this this time. You can change this in advance. You could add a new paragraph in here. You're not restricted to what the computer generates, and you can remove things as well. So this time it generated it, and it's going to have that text. So that was a permit and a notice of violation, and I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to do in the next video how you customize letters a little bit, phone calls, signing work, and stuff like that.